What is the correlative comparative? The correlative comparative is a grammatical structure that shows how two things change together. When one thing increases, the other one does as well. For example, the more I study English, the more fluent I become. This is a correlative comparative sentence, and we could say this in a much longer way, although it would be a bit complicated and boring. We could say, as I increase the amount of time that I spend studying English, I also will increase my English fluency. This is significantly longer and unnecessarily complex and boring. So we have this nice little structure, the more, the more. The more I study English, the more fluent I become. Some other examples might be, the more coffee I drink, the more energy I have. Or, the healthier I eat, the better I feel. And the more I practice, the better I become. Now, the main purpose of this structure is that we can simplify our ideas about how two things affect each other into one short, very simple sentence, the more, the more. However, we don't only have to use the more, the more. We could also use the comparative, the comparative. For example, the angrier he became, the louder he shouted, or the better the quality, the higher the price. And in fact, we could even use the less, such as the less sugar you eat, the less cavities you will have, or the less you procrastinate, the less stress you will have. Now that we've seen some examples and we know how this structure works, it's time to see how we can actually use this in our real life. So the most common way, number one, is when we want to simplify our argument or our opinion. Now, because this structure is so simple and so direct, it helps us to simplify our opinion and make it look a little bit more like a fact. So, for example, if I am arguing that technology creates safer cities, I could say, the more technology we have, the safer our cities become. Or, if I am arguing that having a university degree is the best way to secure a good job, I could say, the more educated you are, the easier it is to get a good job. Now, the second way is also very common. It is to give advice and warnings. So, for example, if you want to give some advice to your friend who is procrastinating doing their work, you could tell them, the sooner you start, the sooner you finish. This is a common piece of advice we like to give. Or another one might be a parent talking to their child. They might say, the more you lie, the more trouble you're going to be in. Now, number three is advertisements. It is very common to see this structure used in advertisements. For example, the more you buy, the more you save. Or you might see this one, the better the shoe, the faster you'll run. This is quite common in advertisements. Now, number four here is drama. This is very common to make some kind of dramatic comparison. Because this structure is so simple and direct, it can make us sound a bit more dramatic. For example, the bigger the challenge, the sweeter the victory. Or, the more they tell me I can't, the more I am certain that I can. This sounds a bit dramatic, and we like to use this in this way sometimes. So in this lesson, we have learned, number one, the correlative comparative is a grammatical structure that is used to show how two things change together. Number 2, we have also learned that there are 3 ways to create this structure. We could use the more, the more coffee I drink, the more energy I have. We could use the comparative, the healthier I eat, the better I feel. Or we could also use the less, such as the less you procrastinate, the less stress you will feel. And number 3, we have also learned the 4 ways that we usually use this in our daily life. Number 1 is to simplify our arguments. For example, the more educated you are, the easier it is to get a good job. We also use it in advertisements. For example, the more you buy, the more you save, or the better the shoe, the faster you will run. We also like to give warnings or advice, such as the more you lie, the more trouble you will be in, or the sooner you start, the sooner you finish. And finally, we could use it for dramatic comparisons, such as the more they tell me I can't, the more I am certain that I can. Thank you for watching this video. I hope that this was simple, short, and easy to understand. Now, below this video, there is a PDF for you with all of the key notes that we went over in this video, as well as a little bit of practice that you can do. If you liked this video or you want to see some other grammar, let me know in the comments, and I will see you in the next video.